Good morning and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Owen. Today I hope you're really well on this lovely day of life, this beautiful blessed gift. Here on the Cliff Walk in Ireland, and today in this video I wish to talk about two things we need to do in a relationship in order to stop bottling our emotions, which I was told in my solar plexus, and to actually improve our relationship and to feel better about ourselves emotionally instead of storing blocked energy. So that is to express ourselves emotionally and to express ourselves verbally. Now, so the first part is to feel our emotions. So when we have an upset or we get triggered or pain rises from the past or just things we don't like or are happy about, instead of just being really quiet, which I have done in the past and my mum, and we've done a lot of healing together for the last many years. So one is to feel our emotions and to express our emotions. And this can be done privately on, for example, a nature walk or in our own private space in our home, for example. And that could be such as just relaxing our mind, feeling our feelings and such stuff, maybe even like crying or letting out some frustration or anger. Or it could be, safely, I mean, anger as in like squeezing a pillow or like punching a pillow if it's very extreme, or even just crying, because crying lets out anger too. Another way is to, like, for example, pick up a rock and sort of like put our feelings into the rock and then throw it into a river or into a bush, for example, or into nature. And it's the intention behind it. It's the intention to let go and to let out and to let flow and to move on in life. So the second way is to actually express our emotions and express ourselves, our thoughts and mind and opinions verbally. It could also be written, of course, nothing wrong with that, but a lot of the time, obviously, in a relationship we talk to people, obviously our partners, or it could be our business partner, or it could be our family member, or anybody really. So in which case you just have to learn to let it all out. Say what you really think and feel, especially what you really don't like, want, or are happy about. But try to be present and centered, where you don't do it to hurt or to criticize, but you do it to get things on the table and understood, so you can work together with the person. And don't be afraid to necessarily throw in compliments or things you're grateful for or happy about, possibly, if you're in that space, which a lot of the time I understand we aren't. But that can be done a little bit later, after a bit of space, after a little bit of calming down or relaxing. But also make sure you don't have a huge blow up where it's just a huge tear up of sort of no insults really. Try not to be too insulting. You know, but try and keep it under a certain degree of control or care. But sometimes you do have to just express yourself a little bit loosely or a little bit with a certain level of abandonment, depending on how long things have been stored or how much you really want to express something that you have been sort of tentative or skeptical or afraid to express before, because you weren't sure how another person would respond or receive you. So what could happen is you finally let it out, you share stuff, you start talking, and of course what could happen is the person definitely doesn't receive you favorably, which is what you were expecting all along. That's why you were hesitant to talk in the first place. But better just to say it and get it all out, you know. You'll feel better about yourself when you express it and give them a chance to reflect over what you say, and just listen to them too, you know, allow them to be expressive. And sometimes it can be emotional, but the most important thing is afterwards or in the moment to tune into your heart too. If you can't do it in the moment, tune into your heart afterwards and have love, understanding and compassion, because we get triggered and they get triggered, you know, sometimes that can be the case. You can't always have a fluffy, perfect, happy, respectful, loving, haha, conversation. Sometimes things will get emotional and a little bit out of control, and that's okay. As long as there isn't, you know, stay out of physical violence, stay out of physical like fighting. Don't get that extreme. Then don't go that far. Stop it if it gets anywhere near that. But just in terms of expressing verbally, at least, the important thing is to tune into your heart, and that afterwards, and that can be done, you know, soon enough. And you can just like think, if I wasn't in such a close, emotionally invested and emotional relationship or connection with this person, if I wasn't so involved, let's say I was their friend, how would I treat them? Like, you don't want to be too cold or mean or distant to the person. You know, you can tune back in again. You don't have to blank them or like push them away or reject them. You can treat them in the sense of politeness or cordiality, a sense of love and respect and care and dignity, as if they, for example, let's say they were your child, or let's say they were your sick mother, or whatever way you want to think about it, to help you to tune into heart. You don't, if you have a disagreement, it doesn't mean you want to like block them. you don't want to like make them feel isolated and sad and lonely. You want to think about that also. So you can still disagree and have an expressive conversation, but then you also want to like let them know you still love and care for them. You can write them a note, a little note, which the reason why people love and value notes so much, everybody, a written thing, is because it's very, very intentional to sit down, get pen and paper or coloring pencils or whatever, and literally like tear a piece of paper off and leave them a little surprise note. Like, that shows a great amount of intention and a certain good amount of energy and effort, which is beautiful, and it means you really care and you're putting an effort in. You can write something nice, something short, something sweet, or something medium. So the important thing also is, after expressing yourselves, guys, don't keep going on and on and on and on about it all day long. Like, get it out there and give each other the space to calm down and reflect and tune into your hearts again, which is so important. You don't want to make it like a big, huge, massive, like blow up event forever, like lasting for days and weeks, or even more. Just do it one occasion if possible. Finish it if possible. It's always like the most ideal situation, though, obviously, is if you can kind of like ask the person, can we talk? Give them 24 hours to talk, say it's important to you, and maybe talk. But sometimes, you know, that just doesn't really happen, guys, because there's things annoying you or upsetting us or bothering us in the moment, and we could be feeling tired, sick, or unwell physically, and we just have to deal with life as it runs at us. And we could have children, and maybe we don't, but it's just in the moment, and it's just bothering us too much to wait and for all of us to be all happy and calm. We just want to get it out there and share it and express it, you know? And that's okay, and that's the type of conversation I'm talking about in this moment. The ideal conversation, the perfect fluffy world would be, we sit down and talk, we listen, look at each other, and, you know, maybe hold hand, maybe, and there's, we listen brilliantly, and we both empathize and like say what we hear the other person say. Oh, I hear you feeling sad and upset or lonely about this. You're angry. Okay. Thanks for sharing that. I'll try and improve, and all that sort of stuff. Morning. Like, that's obviously the kind of like the best type of circumstance, but that's not how life is, everybody, all the time. Especially with the things that are like really upsetting or bothering us or heated in the moment. And, you know, I'm not saying I always have these type of emotional conversations. I'm just saying that they'll happen sometimes, and in this video I'm just saying that it can be beneficial, and how to like damage control it, and how to bring the most positive out of it and the least negative, and how to also recover and can reconnect afterwards. So this is what this video is about. It's very, very helpful for me to learn this. It took me quite a long time, so I'm really like hoping it helped you. I'm wishing you and your loved ones all the best. I understand what it's like to have fights and disconnections, like arguments, etc. I understand very well. So everybody, that's the end of this video. I hope it's helped. For coaching or consultations, check out my links below. If you like this video, give it a like. Thanks for sharing. Subscribe if you haven't already for more videos coming up on the topics of relationships, holistic living, raising our vibration, getting healthier, creating the body, the life, the happiness, the health, and the business, and the life of our dreams, and as well as for herbs, detoxing. Yeah, check out my herb store below, higherselfherbs.com, and connect with me on Facebook if you wish. You are welcome. I wish you and your loved ones and family all the best, truly from my heart. And we're all just humans in this boat together of life. And love and care for us all. Let's all love and care for each other. Have empathy, understanding, and compassion. The three pinnacles. And I look forward to seeing you again in another video. Until then, have a nice day and thanks for watching. Thanks for giving me your valuable time also. Appreciate it. Lots of love. See you again. Ah.